classification program as a result of an update to the Civilian Position Classification AFI. AFI 36-1401 Civilian Position Classification was updated effective 2 January 2019. This AFI replaces the previous version dated 1 August 1997. Air Force Policy Directive 36-14 is still available on Air Force pubs, but is dated 1 February 1996 and is extremely outdated. This AFPD will soon be replaced by the new AFPD 36-1, Appropriated Fund Civilian Management and Administration. Please do not reference AFPD 36-14 and let our customers know that it will very soon be replaced. The updated AFI implements some key changes to the classification program. First, it eliminates the reclama process. This was a process used by management when they disagreed with the classification of a position description. With this deleted from the AFI, there is no longer a formal process through any office at AFPC to dispute the classification of a position. As a result of improvements in communication between the supervisor and the classifier, there have been no formal reclamas received in the past year. The employee still retains the right to appeal the classification of his or her position at any time. Additionally, if the supervisor disagrees with the final classification outcome, they have the right to an evaluation statement from the classifier to explain the rationale behind the classification determination, and they can discuss the outcome with a supervisor in the classification chain of command. The second change eliminates the SCPD MAJCOM waiver process. SCPDs are mandatory and must be used whenever they apply. If the SCPD does not apply, it should not be used. If there is a question regarding if the SCPD applies, the supervisor should question the classifier during the classification process by submitting a response to the MyPERS ticket open to classify the position. The classifier will work with the appropriate career field team, the SCPD library, and classification leadership to review the request to ensure the SCPD does apply. Ultimately, AFPC DP2 has the final authority regarding the applicability of SCPDs. As RPAs are received by either the intake team, if serviced by AFPC, or the classifier, if serviced by AFMC, they will review the SCPD library to see if there is an applicable SCPD. The classifier will coordinate with the supervisor if an SCPD is identified for use. If the supervisor disagrees the SCPD applies, the RPA will be returned without action and a MyPERS ticket for a position review will need to be submitted via MyPERS to the servicing classification team. Another change coming soon as a result of the updated AFI is the removal of Air Force Form 1378 and the adoption of Air Force Form 1003. This refers to the accepted position description format. The Air Force Form 1378 will no longer be accepted as a valid position description format. The Air Force Form 1003 is also known as the Core Personnel Document and will be the only position description format accepted by classification. Although this change will not take effect immediately, it is coming in the very near future. Please posture your supervisors with this information. For now, any position descriptions in the old 1378 format should be converted to SCPDs where applicable. We know this will especially impact the DSIPS community, and we will be providing specific information on this transition soon. The last section of the AFI talks about the roles and responsibilities of the CPS. Specifically, we need your help to advise management on how to submit actions to us, the basics of the information contained in the position description, and helping supervisors understand that if there's an applicable SCPD in the library, they need to use it. There is an abundance of information on MyPERS that can be referenced and provided to supervisors on the classification homepage on MyPERS if you search for 1363. These include the classification procedures guides, articles on how to write, edit SCPDs, and a link to the SCPD library, and much, much more. Thank you for all you do to support us every day. We appreciate you. As a reminder, today's webcast was conducted on DCS, a newly approved DoD platform. There are two ways for you to ask questions. First, you may type them into the chat box during the webcast. Each chat box question is limited to 256 characters. Second, if you have any additional questions, you may also submit them to the appropriate workflow inbox. When using this option, please use the subject line AFPC Webcast Questions 6 Feb 2019. You may submit questions about this webcast until close of business Wednesday, 13 February 2019. We will forward all questions to the subject matter experts. Their responses, once received, reviewed, and approved, will be posted to MyPERS. Typically, this process takes about 15 business days. This concludes our webcast, and we thank you for your participation.
Thank you for joining us.